I want to ask a couple more questions. One of them is around creativity versus business. This one really resonated with me. As a designer, I think a lot of designers feel like I don't understand business. I don't get business. I'm not interested in business. Obviously, you're someone that's grappled with both of those, and you're involved in creativity and business all the time with Baronfig. And the quote from the news, from one of the newsletters is, creativity and entrepreneurship have a lot of synergies, but they can just as easily work against each other. I have a passion for making things. It's a borderline obsession. Because of that, Baronfig was born. And together with a team of similarly passionate makers at Baronfig, we've given birth to many more products. But there are times, however, when our passion for creating works against us. And I thought it would just be interesting if you could just talk for a little bit about creativity versus business as this powerful dichotomy and how you navigate and balance those at Baronfig.
Creativity versus business. It's funny that these newsletters are they're snapshots of what I'm facing at a given time, as well as me trying to answer these questions.
It's the tree rings.
Absolutely. And it's totally the tree rings. And at the time, I'm a designer. We've established that. My COO, Jay Desai, I've known him since we were 15 years old. We've been roommates. We've gone on adventures together. We've almost died together. And he's a mechanical engineer. We are creators before business folks. But we are at work, we need to be business folks before creators, essentially. And that's not an easy thing to keep in mind sometimes, because creating is a lot more fun than fixing. And clearly Baronfig wouldn't exist if we couldn't create, but if we don't fix, after a while, Baronfig won't exist either. And, I wrote that during a time in which we had him and I had a conversation, and we talked about, okay, it's time to clean up a bunch of things, and neither one of us were looking forward to it, and we were the right people for that role, that responsibility. And that was on my mind a lot about, wow, how being a maker is in direct contrast sometimes with making and business can be in direct odds sometimes. And you have to choose something that you might not be passionate about. For example, I had a very interesting launch of Baronfig. It's ancient history now, but when we launched the first Baronfig website, it was ugly. I didn't have enough time to make it nice between all the other things I was doing. And I remember accidentally getting wind of all the negative comments that was going through the design community at the time, including people I knew kind of well. And I didn't take it personally at all, because I thought it was ugly too. If someone had said, dude, this is ugly, I would have been like, that's ugly. But I remember making that decision, and it was a formative one where at the end of the day, I made the call that I am the founder before the designer. And that was tough, but it's been for the better.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed, I like that, that analogy you just used of, the founder versus the designer. It is like you have these two minds, these two perspectives, contained within yourself, and they have to kind of debate. And sometimes one trumps the other, and it may not be something you love every single day.